Week 4. Okay, we finished up with man. Now we're going to turn to our main textbook for the semester. And also, this week we're going to look at a few other people besides the author of your textbook, Alice Kehoe, who are important anthropologists that help us to organize our thinking about Native North Americans. And one of these people was Clark Whistler, who in 1914 started writing articles on what we now refer to as cultural areas. There's a little bit about it in Alice Kehoe's second chapter. In that chapter, she talks about how anthropologists realized about the turn of the last century that they couldn't just look at North America as a whole and really make any sense out of it, and so they started dividing it up. Some of them divided it up into usually a half a dozen what are referred to as cultural areas, others as many as 70 or so cultural areas. Of course, in one little old semester, we don't have time to struggle with 70 cultural areas, but we can deal with 6 or 7. So we'll go with Whistler's scheme, and that scheme involves things like Mexico, the Central Valley, and down in that area will be our first week, and then we'll go up to the southwest. There's a desert dividing the southwest and Mexico, difficult to traverse and everything. Of course, there were people living there, but then again, when you get to the southwest, there were dense populations, and so we'll look at those two areas separately, because they lived in different environments and adjusted themselves differently to them. In your overview, I've given you some photographs and some thoughts about some of the early anthropologists and that influenced our thinking about how to categorize Native American cultures. And then your study guide this week gives you some of the concepts that they proposed that have and continue to help us think about Native North Americans. So, good. Ask questions. Think widely. Think liberally about your concerns for Native Americans.